Well, this is a unique thing. I've opened this up to Creeper. Um, this should be a blast from the past. Um, this is the intrinsic season one map. Um, I keep forgetting how much my building has both changed and stayed the same. Um, I do kind of like this office. I think this office actually looks really nice. I probably should have done this more often. Um, but at least I kept this. My pufferfish kept dying. I don't know why. Also, my fireplace is missing. Deeply confused. But we're just going to do a quick tour of my base, and yeah, like how. Well, this one not too big. That was relatively basic, but yes, my food source. Also, I have a lot of eggs. I'm gonna. I've opened up the land, so I can go into creative. Also, yeah, this is my actual inventory of what I use for the majority of the thing. Yeah, I'm in leggings with cursive binding. The lighthouse, which kind of started to be unique early on, and then I just decided, no, I'm not going to really bother. Even using an older method of doing the lights. It was interesting. I am here for a few reasons. One, forgetting that this portal was broken. Two, looking at some of the builds and getting inspiration for Intrinsic Season 4 and what we are doing for Intrinsic from now on. I actually think this house looks very nice. I think it just needs a bit of touch-ups. Like, for one, I used some andesite stairs every so often. Basically, basically fill it in a little bit, like that, and just every so often. That looks so much nicer. The chiseled brick, I think, was a nice touch. Though seeing all of it may have been a stretch. Probably doing something like this. Like, well, probably not with the stone slabs, but like this type of idea would probably look pretty. Actually, probably with cobblestone slabs. Maybe mix it with like some andesite or stone. Would probably look pretty nice. This way, like you still get to see the chiseled, but it's like you get to see a different texture alongside it, which might look really nice. I'm being a bit quieter. That's because I'm a bit tired, and I'm recording this kind of last minute. I also forgot how much oh yeah, the front of the house. Oh, the front of the house looks gorgeous. Then you look to the back of the house and just looks kind of bland. Because I didn't really bother decorating the back of the house. I probably should have worked on these stairs a little more. I think they look pretty good from like face on, but from the sides they just kind of look. It's okay though. Maybe like put some barrels here, like barrels. Barrels. Like instead, put some barrels here like that. I could probably make the staircase out of them actually. Instead of the stairs. Like do it like this. Just instead of doing that, just do barrels. I think it'd be cool and interesting. And this way it's like, yeah, if I technically wanted to, I could probably store something in here. I'm not going to. But yeah, it's like, that actually doesn't look that bad. If I used, to be fair, if I used as a dark oak spruce, probably would look really nice. And it goes well with these too, so let's take a look actually. Like I know this is basically becoming a how to improve my builds thing, but yeah, that actually kind of works seamlessly. Like look at that. Oh, that actually does look very nice. I do like that. That's a very nice looking thing. That's something else to think of. Because I'm thinking of doing different builds for that. I am also thinking of doing larger builds. I've already kind of started with larger builds in season 3. Season 2 is kind of hit or miss. For my schedule anyway. I want to bring this up. I remember being kind of in charge of this, and I just basically decided. Also, why did I wanted to like fill this with gravel. I like the idea of like a gravel roof because it does look relatively interesting. The textures, anyway. Just never actually finished it. There got enough gravel. But yes, like, the stronghold was down here, and I actively kept this kind of in existence just to keep it safe. Though I believe we dug a different hole at some point, which was a bit better. Interesting. This is 1.16, by the way, so just tactical warning. Oh, I keep forgetting I had a god bow. I don't know why I have so many eggs. I have. Oh, I remember. I needed to do the rapid chicken culling. I had too many chickens and I was crashing the server. I remember that. I actually had too many chickens and I was crashing the server. AFK fish farm, which I think still has stuff in it. Yeah, it's still stuff in it. I can't use it anymore. It's broken. Nevertheless, you could still technically make an AFK fish farm, it's just harder. This bridge, which, to be fair, I do actually really think that this bridge was a really good idea. Should have built supports like I did with the actual one I built, but it did take a very long time, and I did eventually do it. The amount of materials it cost, though, oh my lord. It took so long to get this many materials. Like, it's not even that big of a build. It's just, this was at the time when it's like, I couldn't be bothered to make so much. Then I obviously did it again in Intrinsic Season 3, but I did it with one bridge. We'll be getting to that soon. That's the main event. Did I data cycle false? And just like kind of look around because we have the massive amount of cats, which I think were ocelots actually at the time. No, they'd be cats because this would be no, another one because this would be 1.13. This would be the update Aquatic. The chapel that I never finished. I never got a chance to finish it. And I think it actually would have looked really interesting and really good because I never had a chance to finish it. Because every time I finished it, it just immediately got to something else. Like, the roof wasn't finished either. I was just kind of like doing a general idea. This was, as you can see, like my kind of start to finish. And it was a really cool idea, and it started to look really good. But it just kind of stopped working. Which is really sad. Also, the continuation of the courthouse. I haven't built this courthouse in Season 3. But I did build it in Season 2. I built a slightly smaller version in Season 2, actually. I was lacking space. But I still built it. And then in Season 3, I built a different style one, which I think is a little bit bigger. And I do think it's a little bit nicer looking. And it fits the theme of Season 3 a little better. This one, though, is pretty nice, and I do like it. There's other builds here that are way more impressive. For example, the storage facility, Swan's house. There's his effigy, which hasn't completely loaded properly this time. Even though I think it's supposed to be loaded this way, it didn't quite load right. Fish, cats, and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, it was a really interesting time. Some of these builds I took inspiration for. I started building other things. Season 1 was a bit weird because we had a lot of issues early on, and even later, especially later. Oof. I did not like loading. I think it was the town hall here. In the town hall, there's a bunch of zombies, and there are just all the members of the Intrinsic, basically the Intrinsic crew that were a part of Season 1 anyway. So me, Tile Style, Diamond Deb, who is no longer there, but she did stuff. Harshkraz, Swan, somebody, the two admins. Well, we have a third admin now. It's Tile. RKE, big guy, who also left at some point. Literal Mayhem, who also left. But not necessarily the same way. Patronox, who also left. So similar to Big Guy and other people. Like they're understandable. Jeff, who I don't know what happened to Jeff. Dog Captain and Fire Paladin, who's no longer named Fire Paladin, so the head is incorrect. Um, fun stuff. The mail system and the trade system, which was really cool. Trade for sale, and they want. But yeah, it's like the mail system, which yes, there was a better way to do it, but at the time anyway, somebody wasn't available, so they wanted someone to do Redstone. So I did my best, and to be fair, I think I kept it relatively compact for what I was stuck with. And me not fully understanding Redstone, I probably could make it a little better now. There's a few ways you can basically stop a redstone, only basically make it only one lamp. And that's basically by making it powered by powering a different block behind it. I believe. I'm gonna double check that before my statement becomes incorrect. But basically, if you power a redstone lamp like this, it will power those. But if you power a redstone lamp like that, it only powers one. So I could have done it the same way. It just would have required this instead, which would have totally worked. I just didn't think about it at the time because I just went, you can't do that. No, you could totally do that. Because the redstone lamp is getting powered by the block that's behind it. So that's technically exactly what this phenomenon is. I'm just being cheeky with it. And it works. It's like you put something inside, boom, lights up. Relatively quick too. So I was like, yeah. They're not even trap chests, I'm just using comparators. Which is great. It basically, if it's any power at all, it'll light it up. It was really clever, and I do kind of like it. The town hall itself is impressive. It's not the biggest build we've ever had, but it was one of the bigger builds that I'm pretty sure Tile was the one who did it. I thought Arky did it. No, Arky didn't do it. Arctic did it. One of the two of them did it. I'm pretty sure it was Tile, though. They will correct me probably in the comments. Because I am working off of 2 years approximate of memory, and I'm trying to remember. Actually 3 years technically. The courthouse was established late in the series. I did not know this was over here. Gun. GNC camper. Did not know that was over there. But yeah, there's also like the tree pathways, which are really neat with custom trees. The little forest that started going on, like it started looking really nice. We had some issues and other stuff come up, but I think we kept a lot of the spirit of what it was supposed to be going. And this was the claim board and the donations to the museum that never happened. There was supposed to be a museum under there. They started working on it, but then they just kind of stopped. There was Big Guy's first boat, Swan's first boat with the date, Diamond Deb's first diamond sword, Jed's first show, first ever dragon egg, and the first enchantment table from Arcade. I had a few things to give myself. I just never really gave them. The harbor and other things that people built that we never really saw, because I never actively went over there all that often. There's some things that I do kind of feel bad about, that I never really did. This was supposed to be a village breeder, I believe, because we wanted to repopulate the village, and it just always went wrong. Alright, let's get to the main event. This is where I stake most of my home. This is Miss Getaway's community branch and business inquiries. Let me turn up my box. Is that just not working? Oh, my master volume is off. Ha. Unless you guys can hear it, and I can't, which is You guys can hear it, but I can't because my audio became unplugged. That's amazing. I love it. And I accidentally tangled my cord by doing that. Whoops. Apologies if you guys hear this. This is going to be a relatively unedited video because I don't really plan it for it to be edited. This is meant to more serve as just a quick thing of while I'm uploading it. There we go. Not gonna hear it. I probably should have made a better doorbell. But yeah, this was my little place. I had a single totem of Undying. I had some other stuff. Actually, quite a bit of. Actually, I also forgot how many shulker boxes I had. It's nowhere near as much as I had. My chest that I was used for smelting, and also my storage in my bed. Oh, I actually had a lot more totems of Undying than I thought. Oh, it's because we had the raid, so I constantly got a whole bunch. Forgot about that. Yeah, I had a lot of random stuff. Then I used this was my little secret area I used for like what I needed to do. For smelting and stuff like that. Like, yeah, it was not the best by any means. Ooh, smoked it. But I did anyway. Got some tools. I needed to make sure to keep the villagers from being up here because the villagers constantly somehow managed to get up here. It was really annoying. Mine shaft, they spent most of my time building. And I actually used quite a bit. Several of my episodes were montages of me mining. Alright. See this roof? This roof was a terrible miscalculation. You can actually kind of see what it was supposed to be over here. Basically, I'm not going to completely destroy it just because it's like, but it's like supposed to be that. You see, like it is supposed to like, but a miscalculated increases, and it just looks awful. Like it straight looks awful. So pretty much as both a thank you and a silly thing I'm going to do, just for the sake of everyone else, we are going to blow it up. Although this is what the interior of the interior of the roof looks like. It's very empty. We are going to line it with TNT. One layer for the bottom. Then we're going to pick the most destructive, the single block in which basically will be most easily destroyed by it. Glass. Because I'm pretty sure glass is the lowest blast resistance out of any block. This way, when I set this off, first we don't have TNT flying everywhere. That can be, that can be glass. This has to be glass. Let's go. Whoops. I didn't think it would do quite that much damage. But hey, my mine shaft is okay. The two parts of my house I actually like the most survived, which is great. Which was my my little pool I had underneath my house, which I really liked. The random ass banner. Really, what was the banner doing? I don't really know. Everything but the button survived. Nice. But okay, not all of it, but most of it survived, which is cool. I'm gonna quickly. I'm gonna get rid of everything I know. We're going to just quickly fix this up real quick. There was no damage that happened there at all. And I will see about trying to fix this up a little bit, and all it will be is like this crater here and this crater here. Actually, this crater here will be like it will stay in existence. Oh, actually, I destroyed the. Doesn't this? I don't think mattered all that much. That crater there could stay. This is a house which was more or less irrelevant, so that could stay. This I do want to seal up, so we're going to seal it up. Anything that I'd like really want to deal with now, I'll put a deal with now, so you guys can see me do it. But anything that was kind of irrelevant, I'm just going to leave destroyed. Because yeah. I do think actually personally that this like the mining facility actually did look really nice. It just was next to probably the second most ugly house I have ever made. And I haven't made actually that many ugly houses. I just made really bland houses, really. The most ugly house I ever made I have never shown on stream, nor will I likely ever. Mostly because that world is long gone. I can't have... I can't have the wall being broken. The wall has to stay safe. So what I might do as well is also rebuild this, because it's not incredibly hard to rebuild. And I will... Oh, good. Those are fine. I might. There's no guarantee. I probably will actually just leave it. And then just redo some of this. Then we will go say our... or basically our fond farewells to this lovely, lovely world. I'm just going to... Which, depending on the situation, could be interesting. I don't care if it's 100% correct. I just want to clean this up a little bit. There we go. Because some of these houses didn't deserve to be blown up. They were just collateral damage. Some of them are also by complete accident. I didn't think that much TNT would spill out quite as much as it did, but it worked out. You got the nice explosion, and everyone got what they wanted. They wanted to see my house destroyed. All that remains is these 3 pieces of, okay, like some floating blocks. So you can remember it was there. Oh, my anvil survived. I didn't think my anvil would survive. My anvil survived. That's where we'll leave it out. I will see you on stream at some point. If you don't know already, I do stream on Twitch. And I haven't... And all the videos of my streams, well, most of them anyway, will end up on YouTube, sort of cut, but not overly. Mostly what we cut is the opening few minutes. And some other things that will be added. I will see you here when we get started with either something new on stream, or maybe more intrinsic. Stare into this lantern, and you will understand.